Good evening, everyone. I want to spend some time to prepare this video so that we will be able to upload this update of our application on the server, on your Ubuntu server. Now, but take note, before you do that, you would have successfully installed your Ubuntu on your server, and after doing that, you would have also run all the commands on your Ubuntu server. So let's assume that you have installed your Ubuntu on the server fresh. The moment the installation is done, you will need to run a few commands. First thing you will do is you can come here to this your show app if you are using the 24 the Ubuntu 24, but if you are using the 20 or 22, this place will not show this ring like stuff, but it's going to show something like a tree with dot, I think in about 3 rows of dot or thereabout. So you click on it, then you come here, you can see terminal directly here, or you type TERM terminal, you see terminal, you launch it, then you launch terminal will come up like this, or you will press Ctrl, Alternate and T on your keyboard. It will launch terminal for you like this. After it is done, it's launched like this. You type sudo with spacebar -I, you hit enter. It will ask you for the password of the server. When you are doing installation, you enter the password. When entering the password, actually it will not shift. That is one security feature of Linux. It will not shift, so the cursor will not be moving, so you may not know. You will think your keyboard is not working, but it is working. When you are typing password, it will not move. You hit enter. Once your password is correct, it's now going to say you are now a root user. A root user at the name of the device. Then you will notice this will change from the $sign to the hash, just as we have it here. Then after you've done that, then you start running the command. The first command to run is sudo apt update. You hit enter, but your server must be connected to the internet. It will run the update to the end. After that, you type sudo apt upgrade. You hit enter, and the upgrade will be done. So when you have finished all that, you've done your update, you've done your upgrade, then you follow those commands that I gave from beginning to the end. So let me show you here. Look at it here. So this is the first command, sudo apt update. This a sudo, follow it exactly. It is here, sudo spacebar apt. Apt actually is for the short for application. Then update. Then when that is done, you do the upgrade, just as I said, sudo apt upgrade. Then after that is done, you will do sudo apt install lamp-server. Now take note, the lamp and the server have a hyphen connecting two of them. There is no space bar, it's a hyphen, which is a minus. Then you put this sign, the V upside down, which is actually shift 6 in my keyboard. I don't know what it would be in your own keyboard. In my own keyboard there is a shift key, and 6 will give you that symbol. Then you hit enter, and it will ask you if you could say you type yes, you hit enter. Then it will run and install the LAMP server. The LAMP server actually stands for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. PHP, Perl, and things along that line. All those PPP web applications. So once that is installed, then the next command is you go to install phpMyAdmin. Sudo apt install phpMyAdmin. You hit enter, it will run, and in the process it will ask you question. A series of question, you will select. It will ask you to select what do I call the server that will be used. It will ask you your database. Then it will ask you for password for the database. You fill in those, you supply all those details, then you run it to the end. Now when that is done, then you now come to the next command is for you to enable your server to be able to accept FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. For your server to be able to take FTP, because you will actually use FTP to move file into the server. So you will now run this command. The first command you are going to run is sudo apt install vsftpd. vsftpd. You install that. You run that, so it will install the vsftpd. Then next is you have to configure the vsftpd. Now on this configuration of vsftpd, I want to show you what you need to edit, because there's a line that you need to edit here. There's a particular line that you need to edit here. So let me show you. Let me run the command on my system so that you can see it. So sudo spacebar nano spacebar /etc /vsftpd.conf. that's configuration. So you hit enter, it will bring you this page. Now look at this page carefully. You just move down with your down arrow key. You can notice the cursor here is moving. So look at it moving down and moving down. After I pass this listen, now everything that have this hash behind it means it is commented off. So we'll go to a particular line which is around just this line. Look at it, writable. Before now there was a hash like this. This is how it will be. So you will just go to the front and remove the hash. Once you remove the hash, you press Ctrl and X. The X I mean is the zeros, not X for singing. X, zeros, Ctrl and X together. It will ask you, do you want to modify? You just say yes and you hit what? Enter. It will bring you back to the next prompt. So the moment you do that, you now type the next command, this next command, so that you will restart the VSFTP. If you didn't do this command that we did now to make the FTP writable, it will not allow you to move files there. It will not allow you to even make changes to files that are there. So you run the command sudo system control system ctl system ctl restart vsftpd. You hit enter, so it will restart. So when that is done, then the next is you open the directory. You use this command here, this change mode, the spacebar 777 spacebar /var/www/html spacebar -r. You do that, then you now type this next command also, change ownership spacebar -r spacebar www-data. one word together, www-data, then spacebar /var/www/html. You hit enter. Then when that is done, the next is you need to edit phpMyAdmin. Now I want you to pay attention to this. If you look at this command, if this is the command that you have, if I type this command now on my system, probably there's going to be error. Now let me type it so that the error can flag, and I'll tell you why the error flag so that you have understanding. Now look at it. Sudo spacebar nano spacebar /etc /php /7.4 /apache 2 /php.ini. That's the real file. The php.ini file is what we want to look at. Now php.ini file exists in a local server, exists even on servers on the web. When you want to tweak configuration in your PHP, so you tweak it in this php.ini file. If I hit enter now, look at it. This is an error. This page shows us this is an error. It says this directory etc php 7.4 apache 2 does not exist. So I use what was it? I'm trying to use control C. Is not, once it's not picking, I will just close it. I will launch the terminal again. So because of that error, so I'm closing and launching the terminal again. Control Alt T. So it's launched. Sudo -I for me to have a admin access. Then I type my password. Now I will tell you why it failed. Oh, I think I typed the wrong password. Good. Now why it failed is because of this 7.4. This 7.4, this column where you have this 7.4 is actually your PHP version. So all you do is just come to this prompt here, type PHP spacebar --version. You want to know the version of PHP in your system, hit enter. Now look at it. Look at the version I have here. Look at this with Zen Apache. Look at it. This is the engine of the PHP I'm using. Look at it here too, from here, PHP 8.36. So, and you need the first two digits. So instead of 7.4 here, what do I need to type? I'll type 8.3. So that's what you need to do. So just check your version before you type that command. So I will type the command again. Sudo nano /etc /php / remember the version now, etc php, the version now is what? 8.3. I type 8.3 because that's my version. Then / apache 2 /php.ini. Because my version of PHP is correct, if everything is okay, I type, this is what it will bring you. So this is php.ini file. Now here there are three headings that you will change some value on. Three headings. So I'll move straight to the first heading. Is what's that name again? Move down until you get the heading with resource limits here. resource limit. So number one heading, resource limit, you change that. What are you going to change? Here, maximum execution time. The time for a script to run, normally it will be 30 seconds. So you can change it to any value. Change it to any value. I just made it 300. Now that means 300 is around 6 minutes. That's what happens at times when you upload something. If the file is large, it means after 6 minutes it will time out. If you want a longer period, you can increase it there. Then maximum input time, it was 60 here. I change it to what? 600. You can increase it more than that depending on your choice and the resources available on your system. So those are the two things to edit under resource limit. The next one should be data handling or thereabout. Data handling, the second subheading. So you will move gradually with your down arrow key. Look at it, data handling. You can see it here, data handling. So you move down to keep moving down to a value of, look at it, you see post maximum size. The default size is 8 MB, so I increase it to 80. That means, what that means is that when the application is developed, like the CBT application will have some features for admin to upload file for students, upload file for teachers, upload email, so that they can also download from their respective portal instead of using Flash on the network. If you didn't change this, it means you cannot upload any file above 8 MB to the server. So like me, I edited mine to 80 MB. That means I can upload to a file that is as large as 80 MB. You can even upload, you can edit it to 1 gig. You can upload video of 1 gig or even more if you edit that. So here you edit this post maximum size. That's the only thing to edit here. The next subheading to go to is file upload. You look for it, file upload, the next subheading. Then look at it, file uploads. So you go down to upload maximum file size. Like here, I edited it, by default is 2 MB. So I edited it to 200 MB. So you can edit yours to whatever suits you based on your system resources. So when you are done with this, there are so many other subheadings under php.ini, but this is just the 3 you need to do for our own DLHS use case. For the case of our server, just these 3 is what we need to do. So after doing that, you press Ctrl and X. Remember, not S for save, but X for zeros. Ctrl and X together. It brought me directly here because I didn't change anything. If I change something, it will ask me, do you want to actually make changes? You press Y for yes, you hit enter, and the something will be changed. So after you have done this, you've done the resource limit, data handling, file uploads. File uploads are the 3 areas you are to make changes. After that, then you restart Apache. Sudo service, sudo spacebar service, spacebar Apache 2, spacebar restart. Then those changes you made will immediately take effect once you do that. Then the next thing is you enable SSH. To use SSH, it's like when you download an application like Putty, you want to connect to the server directly from your system to the server without physically going to sit on the server and run commands. So you need to have an SSH server installed on it. So you use this command. First command, sudo apt get, or you can use only apt. Apt get is the same thing as application get application. That's the meaning. So you can use sudo apt install open SSH. Then once you install that through, then you now run the second command, sudo system control enable SSH. So you have to enable the SSH. What that means is that the moment you click on enable SSH, it will enable it from the kernel, that anytime the system is on, SSH will always be on. Then sudo start word SSH, then SSH will start. This last fourth one, sudo system control status SSH, is not necessary. This one is to check whether SSH is running, but actually it will run after you install it, after you enable it and you start it, it will keep running all through. Then when you now do that, now you need to now run these commands on the server itself. Now let me explain. The first one is to confirm the version of MySQL is actually not needed. So the one that actually is important to you is from number 2 here. Sudo spacebar MySQL spacebar hyphen u, then spacebar root, then you flush privileges, then just follow this command the way it is. Then the fourth one, use MySQL. Remember, as you end the command, you type the semicolon that you are seeing in front. So then the important part is this number 5, alter. Then you put it in quote root at localhost identified with MySQL underscore native underscore password by, you now put the password of the database here, you put it here with the quote, open and close quote, then with the semicolon, you hit enter. Once it runs very well, it will tell you that the query was accepted and these are the number of rows that were affected. Then you flush privileges, number 6, then you exit, number 7, then number 8 you kill all the MySQL process, then number 9 you do a restart with that command. Once that is done, your MySQL password is saved. So the next thing to do is you will either go to phpMyAdmin and create a database, or you use command line to create database. So I want to pause the video here for now because I don't want it to be too long. Thank you very much for listening.